Well, hello, Mr. Terry. How we doing today?
We're doing great. How about yourself?
I am doing great. Now, I came today to see your setup because I had never seen your setup before, and I'm absolutely amazed at it. So amazed that we have to take a video of it. We have to take a video of it. So please, give me the tour. Give me, what is this station here?
This is the good old gather around table. Usually it's some buddies coming over and us sitting around.
Right.
But no, it's just my workstation.
Awesome.
With as much breeding as I do, I keep stations set up all the time for brine shrimp.
With brine shrimp, and then with water testing is kind of what I thought it was a water testing.
Yeah, all
station.
My water testing here.
Beautiful.
All my chemicals and such.
And supplies.
Yeah, just nice to. I have just finished this cabinet here where I was able to get everything.
Put all of your
Yeah.
fish stuff there.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, tell me a little bit about what you got going on here.
Well, this 200-gallon appeared for a price I just could not refuse down in Atlanta. One of those, someone had to get rid of it.
Right, you can't.
Mama said you couldn't stay in the garage any longer, so it was just a tank and stand. But this one I run with a typical sump.
Beautiful.
Now,
That's an old sump.
An old sump. I found from a supplier aerators that actually work.
Oh, wonderful. I saw them over there. I think that
tank.
would be an easier way to see them later.
Yeah.
But beautiful. So this is your personal tank, kind of like your.
Kind of a display tank.
I love
tank,
it.
Grow out tank for these large.
Lots of
fish.
discus and angels, the seal point, and then you've got a few other males that are absolutely gorgeous. I love the dots on that one's face. But beautiful large discus. Beautiful. And absolutely gorgeous. I love the castle. Everyone has their opinions, but the castle's wonderful. Very, very cool. So, going from your personal tank, because I get a sense of what you're into, please take me elsewhere. What else have we got going on over here?
There was a guy in Maryville who had this rack of 9 breeder tanks. Again, for a price that you just couldn't
refuse.
For less than the price of the glass. I got the glass, the racks. He was using the 1-inch foam in the back as filters. So I got his whole setup like that, including a huge air pump that's feeding this whole room.
Really?
I don't know what that was worth, but
right.
I figured, it was a deal you couldn't refuse. So
it's a deal you can't refuse.
Yeah.
So on this side, let's start on this side because I feel as though people will be more excited about the other side. But
save the best for last.
Save best for last. That's what I'm saying. So on this side, tell me how these tanks work and what you're doing with them.
All the tanks are based on the same equipment. I run the Aqua Clear 50.
Okay.
I use a sponge, ceramic, and a sponge on top.
So for people that don't know AquaClear, they're the hang-on back filters here. Yep. So you do foam, and then what else?
Then ceramic.
Ceramic.
And then foam.
And then foam. Beautiful.
I love these foam.
To hell with carbon.
If you're doing as many water changes as I am in this breeding environment,
right,
the carbon is necessary.
Not at all.
And there are those, they say that hexamida is more prevalent in a tank that runs carbon.
Really? Very interesting. There you go.
But, that's the... again, I love this foam on top because the water comes right up to the top of the foam.
Sure.
That leaves you a wonderful aerobic? Aerobic, thank you, area.
Very, very pretty. I love that. I love it.
They're all set up then with I run a 300-watt heater because of the high temperatures that we maintain.
Experience in Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
Well, and, sorry, a 300-watt heater for the fish breeding is what you're doing it for.
Well, I maintain 82 to 84 degrees in most of the tanks. So
love it.
That's pretty warm.
Yeah, that is pretty warm.
Yeah. And then I've got it set up here where I just...
Ooh, breaking things.
Yeah.
Where you just do what?
Just do that. Those aren't free. I have to prime the siphon because normally I haven't shut it off.
Sure, sure. But it's a auto water change system?
Auto water change system.
Very,
Check
very
the
cool.
valve. Prime it.
Yummy fish water.
I love fish
I
water.
love fish water. Beautiful.
If your fish water isn't clean enough to drink, why are your fish swimming in it?
There you go. Boom. I love it. And then it auto top offs with these float valves. I love that. Beautiful. And what do you do to your water that you're doing a water change with?
I run an RO system.
Alrighty.
With no DI.
No DI. RO system runs up, over. Well, that goes over there, but then there's one that runs over here,
And fills
into the reservoirs. Cool. And so,
and then I can treat the reservoirs. I can throw in neutral regulator and throw in mineral replacement
nice.
as I need to.
I love that. So as far as what do you try to keep your water parameters at? As far as pH, I know everything else, but pH and GH, KH, what do you try to do?
Well, again, depending on whether it's a grow out tank, which there I'm going to harden it up. It's going to be
Of course.
over 100 parts per million.
And why do we do that?
It's healthy.
It's healthy. That's right.
It's healthy.
It's healthy.
We're not breeding. We don't need the soft water to make the eggs, the sperm able to enter the egg.
Sure, right.
Which is what we're fighting.
But hard water helps the fish grow, maybe? Or maybe it helps the survivability once it gets to other people's tanks?
Well, and that's the main reason I do it.
There you
My
go.
water naturally, after going through the RODI, it's going to be set. You would think it would be setting at 7, but about 6-8
About 6-8. There you go.
after it's well aerated.
Sure,
And
right.
that's one of the reasons I use the holding tanks.
Of
is
course.
I can sit there and I can aerate that water and stabilize it after coming through the RO.
That's
The
right.
RO water's not good for fish.
No, not at all. Well, not good for fresh water, of course, without remineralizing it. I tell people it's like a blank canvas. You know,
Yes.
you're getting rid of all the good and the bad so that you can just add back the good.
I went with an RO system more because I'd had a bad experience 2 decades ago with
Right.
the city changing what they were using to disinfect water
Constantly.
and having a beautiful pair of discus roll over overnight.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I knew with this that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah,
I was
perfect.
going to have a stable source, like you said, a blank canvas.
A blank canvas to
work
then.
with. And it not that expensive.
No, not at all. And you can find them used all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you have to factor in the replacement of water conditioner and prime and, you know,
Yeah.
and then it's worth it, especially if you've got a setup like this.
Yeah.
So let's
And
look at your newest project, apologies, the Black Angels.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I have always wanted black angels.
I'll follow you.
And so in cichlids, to get a productive pair, you're going to have to go through a lot of fish.
A lot of them.
So I ordered, last year at the fair, I bought a half a dozen, found a half a dozen later. So I'm probably 20 fish into trying to get the perfect black pair.
Wonderful. I'm going to walk around here and show them what you got. You got these guys,
And
which
these guys are productive.
they're productive. Good.
Took them away from their last brood, and within a week they already are back on the cone
Wow.
and just covered the cone.
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
it. Beautiful.
I wasn't on top of it to help them.
Well, of course, yeah, and with
And
so
I
many
wasn't
tanks,
interested
right?
in having another brood right now.
Right.
I'm getting the last tank set up.
That's right. That's right. Let's do this because I'm getting a lot of glare. Let's do the garage door.
That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah, I thought it would be good for light. There you go. But I think it looks good. Here we go. And I can cut that section out. But you've got, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 black pairs of angels. That's impressive. So tell us which ones you think are going to do the best for you.
Well, again, I'm looking for a pair of double black.
We like double black.
That one that is solid black.
Yeah.
Producing pair. And today I would have to say it's probably this pair in front of us.
Okay, beautiful.
Although they're in the midst of their first productive setting. We'll see how they
do.
How they do.
It looks like you told me earlier that they had little
Yeah, there are wigglers.
Which we'll
Hiding
try to
behind
see
the
here.
one spot in the glass that couldn't be cleaned or
Right,
didn't get cleaned.
right, of course.
And maybe that was their intent.
Yeah, that's right. They wanted to hide them from you, right?
Yeah, because they're watching you right now.
They're watching me. Oh, wow. They're like, get away from them, man.
Interesting. This pair is kind of like Mockingbird.
Okay.
In the fact that if you come near their babies,
Uh-huh.
rather than sit here and fight you, they run down here to this corner of the tank.
Oh, like a killdeer.
Like a killdeer.
Yep.
Yeah. And run down there and draw you away from their little ones.
Interesting. That's
So,
very,
maybe
very
that's a sign
interesting.
of good parents.
Hey, who knows? That does sound really cool.
Yeah.
So then, of course, also over here we've got grow-out tanks. Grow-out tanks like crazy, and you would need a lot of grow-out tanks for all of the fish that you bring me.
Yes.
But wow,
Because they don't all grow out at one time, and they may not grow as fast as you think.
Oh yeah,
These fish were born early in the spring.
these fish were born in spring.
So they're 6 months old now
Wow,
by the time they're approaching going to the
ready,
store.
right? Yeah, they're almost ready to bring. That's beautiful.
So that's like raising a crop.
That is like raising a crop. That's right.
Uh,
That's amazing. And these guys are just lit up so well. Look how they're so reactive when they're in this big school. So amazing. They're
amazing-
like, feed me.
Amazing is when you feed them and it sounds.
Oh, do it, man.
It sounds like snap, crackle, and pop.
Snap, crackle, pop. Yeah, let's see if we can hear it. Wow, you can really hear it. It really is. It's like snap, crackle, pop, man. Look at them up at the top. Man, they love it. What are you feeding?
Don't ask.
Oh, don't ask. You got it. Never mind.
Trade secret.
Trade secret. I understand. I get it. Uh-huh. Got it. Very nice. Well, let's look at the other stuff.
Let's go to the good stuff.
That's right. You want to feed these discus while you got food in your hand? Do you want to feed these guys while you've got food in your hand?
Yeah.
Or different food?
Let's get them something to go crazy over.
Ooh.
Not that they don't go crazy over everything.
Everything, right.
These
Wow.
guys are expensive to feed.
That's
Big
amazing.
fish eat big.
Agreed.
So I make my own food.
Beautiful.
Today we're using tilapia, shrimp, homegrown kale, dried
Homegrown kale. That's right.
and freeze-dried krill.
I love that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I think freeze-dried krill is a good food.
I agree. Wow, look how stunning. It's a much different feeding response than the angelfish for sure.
Hey, big fish,
Yeah.
don't be shy.
Oh,
They are very
so
emotional
beautiful.
fish.
So beautiful.
But he's about as large, and I assume the big yellow one is a he.
Right.
About as large as any discus I've seen.
Yeah, I've seen him a little bit bigger, but he's definitely
That's a big fish.
that's a big discus.
All right.
Well, show me the backside over here.
We have the beautiful discus babies on this side.
Mr. Terry, go like this and smile at the camera. There you go. That is a great thumbnail. That's perfect. And I'm passing angelfish. Let's do this. Tiny angels. When were these born?
Those are probably 2 months old.
2 months and
2
6.
and a half?
2.5. This is 2.5.
Yeah.
Wow.
3.
So this is 2 to 2.5.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That is an
Maybe-
amazing
maybe-
growth.
I mean, it's really hard for me to remember.
Right. Of course. Right.
But This batch is doing exceptionally well. I don't.
It's
know
really
why.
cool.
They're actually. I've got the previous spawn upstairs. I think they're going to surpass them.
Really?
Probably because the bedroom tank never gets water.
That's all right, right.
It's always.
Wow. That's beautiful. Alrighty, now show me what you got over here. Let's take a look. We'll cut that out.
Okay. Well, get it out of there so you can
See? Alrighty, show me what we got.
That's our breeding pair of tiger.
And these are the ones that pretty much produce all of the babies that we see, correct?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, matter of fact, all we have seen here today have been produced by them since the spring.
Amazing. Except for the black ones, right?
Except for the black.
Except for the black ones. Very, very cool. That's amazing.
I have seen it just to be thick in there.
Wow.
With babies.
Wow.
Now survival rates.
Right.
Yeah. But they can produce a lot of babies.
Oh, and here's these aerators that we were talking about, right? The spinners.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing, Terry. Wow. Look at those cinnamon buns.
I had not seen that before.
No, that's really cool.
It's got the real coarse separating the double layer.
Right. Beautiful.
The guy who sells it says that gives you the true aeration. Air can come up through. And underneath here is a 36-inch bubble hose.
Right.
Spun up, being fed by 4 tubes.
Wow.
So there's
it's like
a lot of air coming up.
Yeah,
through the filter.
It's definitely like a true trickle filter. That's amazing. And as the water goes through, it also is truly aerated. Wow, that's amazing. That is amazing.
I'll also use that. You can see the ceramics.
Oh yeah.
I usually keep ceramics in there.
Okay.
And then when I need to populate a new filter,
You'll take it out and put it
come
somewhere
out.
else. There you go. Wow.
Again, one of the advantages I see to using the same hang on the back filter
Right.
for every tank.
Right.
I can pick up the media from one place and move it to another.
I
can
love that.
split it. I can, because it's all about happy bacteria.
That's right. Happy bacteria. Over fish keeping, we are bacteria keepers, aren't we?
Yes.
Yes.
First and foremost.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, show me
And
your
then-
secondary operation. Yeah.
And then
From stage 1 to all the other stages. Wow, Terry. Beautiful pair. Beautiful pair of discus. You got a wiggler right there.
yeah.
Do you see him? I don't know if you can. Let's see if we can go in there. There's a tiny, tiny little discus right there. He's very small. You can see him. Boom. Wow. That's amazing.
And within a few days, then they'll leave the stone and attach themselves to parents.
Wow.
And they will feed off of the slime of the parents.
That's amazing.
For the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Very, very cool.
And it's neat to watch them take turns with the babies.
Yeah.
Because they've got a little shuffle that they do.
A little
He starts
shuffle?
off, and then this whole school of babies just left there.
Terry, you
and
need to
they
make
say,
a dance move called the discus shuffle. I
Yeah.
think that's a necessary thing we need to do. So from this tank, when they're fry, you leave them on for how long, would you say?
As soon as they are eating the brine shrimp,
Yeah.
pretty much exclusively,
Mm-hmm.
they've broken away from parents and now they're waiting for the brine shrimp.
Yep.
Get them on out of
And
there
then they move over here.
to one of the other tanks.
Beautiful.
This is the last. that
The
came
last
off of
batch.
them
Beautiful.
3 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
And
That's
then as
gorgeous.
they progressively grow, as other spawns come in, of course the tanks shuffle around, and it's
Right.
not like they're in a particular spot.
Sure. And so
for-
they go from, how old would you say these guys are?
8 weeks.
8 weeks, and then we're going down. How old would you say they are when they get about that big?
12 weeks.
12 weeks. Nice.
Yeah.
And then the last step, which are these big guys, which are almost sellable size.
Yeah.
How old would these ones be? Well, there's one in the back that's pretty good.
Yeah. And they don't grow at the same rate.
Right, of course.
And so that's why a lot of times fish that are growing very quickly may move ahead of their grade up to the next grade.
Very, very cool.
Or someone seems to be falling behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then you'll take them back one
Yeah.
step, back a grade, if you will.
Exactly.
Did not
Because when
pass
they're
the second
competing
grade.
with fish their own size for food,
Sure.
they do better.
Right.
If you're the small guy, you're not getting the first dib.
Right. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, beautiful. And then this one's really the true batch of blacks, right?
No, these are not the double black, but the same.
Single black.
The single black.
Single black. And so you're getting a good variety of
Yeah,
fish in there.
some of them are going to throw back to
The
almost
zebra
like
or
a
the
tiger.
stripe or the tiger, yeah. Beautiful. I mean, this is an impressive setup, Mr. Terry. That is very impressive. I told Terry, I was like, I was not going to do a video like this, but it is just so impressive to see in person. He brings me fish, of course, because we like to support local breeders, and Terry was one of our first, but seeing it in person is way different. Way different than seeing pictures. It's amazing.
Well, it's definitely not something for everyone.
Sure.
But we were raising bloodhounds at the time, and we had to be home 24/7.
I love it.
Yeah, and so if you're going to be here 24/7, then starting something like this didn't seem to be,
Yeah.
because it is. It's a 24/7.
What's harder, raising bloodhounds or raising fish? Oh boy.
That's tough. The puppies you get rid of in 12 weeks.
Oh, right. These guys have been here for 6 months.
Yeah.
You're right. So they're little moochers.
And there's a lot of puppy poo.
Right.
And okay, but there's a lot of beating out dirty filters here.
Of
too.
course, right.
It's not a whole lot
right.
different than changing diapers. So.
Agreed. Well, Mr. Terry, what would you say, what's your final words of either advice or something that you have to say about your setup? What would you say?
Keep happy bacteria.
Keep happy bacteria. What a great way to end it. Keep happy bacteria.
And it's not that hard.
No, not at all. Not at all. No. Well, guys, we will... Whoop, let me flip it here. Well, you know what? Hey, guys, I will see you next time. I hope you tanks are doing good, and we will see you later.